Sat Sri Akal students. So today we are here to learn about geometric mean. Students, once you watch the complete video, you're going to be learning what is geometric mean, how it is used to insert numbers between two numbers so that the resulting uh, sequence is in geometric progression. At the same time, you will be learning what is the relationship between arithmetic mean and geometric mean. And with that, the chapter will be closed. So let's start with geometric mean. Let's say generally we have two numbers a and b. Now we want to find the geometric mean between them. So let us see the common ratio between them is r. So if common ratio between them is r, now we can say that the first number is a, the second number will be a multiplied by r, and the third number is you know a r square. Am I right? Now let's say in this case first number is a and second number is b. So we can say, so the common ratio is basically ar by a, second number by first number, or we can say the third number ar square by second number ar. So we get r is equal to r. So this property we are going to use to find the geometric mean. So see students, if a and b are two numbers, let us imagine x is the number which is in between a and b, so that the resulting sequence a, x and b are in geometric progression. So obviously like this we have done here, x by a would be equal to b by x. So we get x squared is equal to ab. Here we get x is equal to under root ab. For any two positive numbers a and b, their geometric mean is given by root ab. Let's see, is it correct? Let's see. Let's say we are having two numbers 2 and 8. This is A and B. So geometric mean is AB under root is equal to 2 into 8 under root. So that is equal to under root 16 is equal to 4. All right, students. Hope this is clear. So once again, uh, the student is having a doubt that what is x. So students, x is any number inserted between a and b such that a, x and b are in geometric progression. This is in geometric progression. So we are learning how to insert a single positive number between two given numbers a and b. So now when a, x and b are in geometric progression, how to find common ratio? So common ratio would be common. How to find common ratio using these two numbers? It will be second number by first number, x by a. We can also find common ratio using second number and third ratio. This number b divided by x. Now this common ratio is same, which is equal to r. So x by a is equal to b by x. From this you get x is equal to root ab. Hope this is clear. Now students, once we know that the geometric mean between two given numbers, positive real numbers a and b is ab under root, we can go further to include more numbers between two positive real numbers a and b, right? So let's do that. We have two numbers a and b. We want to insert so many numbers. Let's say we want to insert n numbers. We want to insert n numbers between two positive real numbers a and b such that a, the first number which is inserted between a and b, let's say is G1. The second number which is inserted between A and B is G2. Similarly, G3. So there are n numbers. We want to insert how many numbers? N numbers. Once we want to insert n numbers, so last number would be Gn. Right? These are the numbers which we have inserted. The first number inserted is G1. The last number inserted is Gn. And the last term of the geometric progression so formed is B, because we were asked to insert n numbers, these n numbers between two positive real numbers A and B. All right, so we have inserted. But then what will be value for G1, G2, G3 and Gn? So we're going to do the procedure in the same way we have done arithmetic progression. Like when we found arithmetic mean, then we inserted so many numbers between two given numbers A and B. So we're going to go in the same way in arithmetic progression. We had found the value for what? We had found the value for that D. Here we are going to find the value for common ratio. And common ratio in our case is expressed in terms of R. So guys, see that how we can find the expressions for common ratio R. All right, give me a moment. Okay, so once again, yes, we want to insert G1, G2, G3 till Gn between A and B, these two numbers. All right. So since now G, what is the first term of this sequence? The first term of the sequence is A. What is the second term? The second term of the sequence is G1. G1 is given by a normal, a standard geometric progression. How do we write it, students? The first number is A, and let us say the common ratio is R. I hope you remember. How do we write the second term? By multiplying first term with the common ratio. So we get common the second term as AR. Third term will be AR square, AR cube, and the nth term, which is in the last term of the uh, geometric progression will be B, right? So students, the interesting thing is now, as you have seen, the first term is A, the second term is G1, right? Second term of the total GP after inserting G1, G2, G3 up till Gn between two positive real numbers A and B. So G1 is equal to what? A into R, right? G1 is equal to AR. And what is G2, students? So G2 is equal to AR square. Now, which is this term? G1. G1 is second term. G2 is third term. G3 similarly is my fourth term. Third term of the sequence. So my fourth term is G3. So this is equal to AR cube. Very right. So what is my nth term? Gn. Gn, so G3 is AR cube. G2 is AR square. So Gn is obviously AR raised to power what? AR raised to power n. So now students, Gn will be which term? Can you tell me? Gn will be which term? Whether it will be nth term, n plus 1th term, or n plus 2th term. Arjinder, can you say? Gn will be which term? Think. A is first term, G1 is second term, G2 is third term. So Gn will be which term, Ajinder? Gn will be n plus 1.
And
No, it won't be nth term. It will be n plus 1th term. So if that is the case, the last term of the sequence is what? B. So it will be which term, students? It will be n plus 2th term. All right. So guys, you see n plus 2th term. Now in a GP, how do you find the general term an? An is equal to a r raised to power n minus 1. So what will be my n plus 2th term? Would be equal to a into r. R is the common ratio raised to power. Instead of n, I write n plus 2 minus 1. So this is equal to a r raised to power n plus 1. So r raised to power n plus 1 is equal to, this is my n plus 2 term is b, b by a. So n plus r raised to power n plus 1 is equal to b by a. Now we do a simple law of exponent. Let's say x raised to power a is equal to, let's say this is equal to 60. So if I do square of this, it will be equal to square of this. Or instead of 2, I can write n here. Here also it will be n, right? Now, what I do, on both sides, I put the power 1 by n plus 1 raised to power 1 by n plus 1. So I get r raised to power n plus 1 whole raised to power 1 by n plus 1 by, because I am interested in finding the value for r, is also equal to the right side also you put the power 1 by n plus 1. So from this I get r 1 n plus 1 cancels with n plus 1. So r is equal to b by a whole raised to power 1 by n plus 1. I got expression of common ratio. Very good. Now I got the expression for common ratio. R is equal to B by A whole raised to power 1 by n plus 1. So I can always find what? The first term which can be included. The first term is AR is equal to first term, students, not of the resulting sequence. First term or first number which is inserted between A and B is G1, right? Is A into R, so it's going to be A into what is R? B by A raised to power 1 by n plus 1. Now what will be the second number which is inserted? G2 is A R square. It will be equal to A into B by A all raised to power 2 by n plus 1. Am I right, students? So students, G2 is that. So what will be G3? G3 will be A R cube. So this will be equal to A into R is again B by A raised to power 3 by n plus 1. Like that, what will be nth number? This is nth number which is inserted between A and B. It's not nth number of the final sequence. Nth, right? So the last number which is inserted of the final sequence for B and plus 1th term. So this is equal to A R raised to power n. So this is equal to A into B by A whole raised to power n divided by n plus 1. So we're all getting this because of this basic formula. A raised to power m whole raised to power n is equal to A raised to power m into n. So 2 is getting multiplied by 1 by n plus 1. Here 3, here n. So guys, this is how we get all the terms. All right. So Now we go further in solving the question. So he says, insert uh, three numbers between 1 and 256. So guys, here A is equal to 1 and B is equal to 256. That is the last number. Am I right? So once we know this, and we know how to insert three numbers, 1, 2, 3. So we have to insert three numbers in such a way that the resulting sequence A, G1, G2, G3. These are the three numbers we have inserted to 56. This complete is a GP, geometric progression, or you say geometric sequence. So instead of so for finding G1, G2, and G3, first we get the common ratio. That is the most important thing. So common ratio R is equal to what? B by A raised to power 1 by n plus 1. So guys, this is equal to R is equal to B is to 56 divided by 1 raised to power 1 by n plus n. What is n? N is number of numbers which are to be inserted or included between A and B. N is not the total number of terms in the resulting GP. This concept is same as in AP when you're doing arithmetic progression. So divide by n, we want to insert three terms. So it will be, sorry, it will be 3 plus 1. I'll try. So this is equal to 256 raised to power 1 by 4. This is equal to 4 raised to power 4. 4 raised to power 1 by 4, making r is equal to 4. If r is equal to 4, the first term will be a into r. A into r is 4. Second term would be, 4 into 4 is 64. The third term will be 64 into 4. 4 fours are, first term will be 4. Sorry. Sorry. The second term will be 16. And third term will be 16 into 4. That is, 64. Obviously, next term is 256. So the resulting what? The resulting geometric progression is 160 to 56. We wanted to insert three numbers between this, and those three numbers are 4, 16, and 64. Students, you might think that we can take minus 4 also the value for r. But in the end, you will find that the numbers here, are you getting one of the numbers as negative? So you must take r is equal to 4 only, right? I'm finished with geometric progression. In the last topic in this, this chapter is relationship. Right? It's very small. Let's do this also. It is a relationship between arithmetic mean and geometric mean. Now guys, let's say the arithmetic mean is A and geometric mean between two numbers A and B, let's say, is what is G. So, A is equal to, if A and B are two positive real numbers, arithmetic mean is A plus B by 2. Am I right, students? Geometric mean is AB under root. You have just seen geometric mean is AB under root. So guys, what will be A minus G? That is, what is it? Arithmetic mean minus geometric mean is equal to, what's the value for A? A plus B by 2 minus, what's the value for G? G is AB under root. All right. So we're not taking negative, otherwise this will become positive. Just take AB under root. All right. Because we believe A and B are positive real numbers. All right. So this is equal to what? This is equal to a plus b minus what? It's minus 2ab under root. Am I right? Well, this is equal to root a square, which is a. From here I get minus root b square. So second term is plus root b square. This is b minus 2 into b is this. Now guys, if you see, I'm sorry, it should be divided by 2, divided by 2, right? Now, if you see guys, this thing, root a square minus root b square, root a square minus root b. Now, root a minus root b could be negative, but when you do square, it will be a positive thing. The worst case, a and b, under root a and under root b is same in worst cases. So that way it's 0. So it's equal to 0 or it is greater than 0. I can write, right? It's either equal to 0, greater than 0. So I'm going to write greater than or equal to 0. So this this thing, this thing is greater than or equal to 0. See, let's say you have two numbers x and y, and it says x minus y, it says x minus y is greater than or equal to 0. So what does it mean? If x minus y is greater than or equal to 0, it definitely shows x is either equal to y or is greater than y. You see, 7 minus 6 is greater than 0, 1. We know 7 is greater than 6, right? Or we can say 6 minus 6 is equal to 0. 6 is equal to 6. But this number, first number, cannot be less than this if the difference is positive. Their difference is positive, a minus g. A is x, g is y. The difference of arithmetic mean and geometric mean, the difference is coming to be positive. Or in worst case, 0. So that means a is always greater than, or in worst case, equal to geometric mean. It's not possible for two given number, positive numbers a and b, its arithmetic mean is less than geometric mean. It's not just possible. So guys, let's do a numerical also based upon this. It says find two numbers, their arithmetic mean is 10, that is a, and their geometric mean is 8. Find the two numbers. Find those two numbers, or the numbers, let's assume, is a and b. Alright guys, so the numbers we assume is a and b. Their arithmetic mean is 10, their geometric mean is 8. So we know arithmetic mean is a plus b by 2. This is equal to 10. From this, I can definitely say a plus b, sum of two numbers will be 20. The geometric mean is 8. What is geometric mean? Root ab is equal to a. I can definitely say ab would be equal to 64, taking square on both sides. Now guys, once I know this, you see, I can always apply a tricky formula that a minus b square is equal to what? A square plus b square minus 2ab. Can I write it like this? A square plus b square plus 2ab minus 4ab. 2ab minus 4ab is again minus 2ab. Now these three terms put together makes it a plus b whole square minus 4ab. Am I right? So I put the values. So a minus b, right guys? A minus b whole square is equal to a plus b whole square. A plus b is 20, here is 400 minus 4 into product is 64. So this is equal to 400 minus 256 is equal to what? Is equal to, yes students, it will be 400 minus 256. This is 4, again 4 and 1. Am I right? 144. So when you take square, I'm sorry, under root on both sides, you get a minus b is equal to plus minus 12 because root of 144 is 12. So a minus b is plus minus 12. Solving this, now you got a plus b is 20. A minus b is plus minus 12. First you take plus 12 and then find the value for a and b. Then you take minus 12, find the value of a and b. You'll get a and b values is 4, 16. Or in other case, when you take minus 12, you get opposite, 16 and 4, meaning same thing. So the two numbers we wanted to find are 16 and 4. Let's verify. Is it true? What's the AM of 16 and 4? 20 by 2, 10. What is the GM of 16 and 4? 16 4 is the under root. Well, that is equal to 64 under root is equal to 8. Answer is correct. I wish you all the best, students. You have more inquiries, you always write in the comments. I will try to answer. Thank you very much.